Okay, that's the part right there.
What are you upset about? Because you can't agree to be a good boy to go to the store. Hey!
You shut your little freaking mouth.
But this is the part that parents miss. Stop, no, doesn't do anything once the tantrum is already in effect. We're going to see how to avoid getting into the tantrum as well as what you need to do once that tantrum starts. So today we're here to react to parking lot tantrum number 2. This is a video that we have been requested to do on numerous occasions, and we're finally here to do it for you. So this video, we're going to see if there's any similarities or differences from the first one. Without any further ado, here we go. Tantrum in the parking lot number 2.
No, you don't hit, Jaden. Stop. Stop. Jaden. No. You better not touch it.
Wow, it was hard for me not to stop it within the first 2 seconds. But this is the part that parents miss. Stop, no, doesn't do anything once the tantrum is already in effect. I think she did a much better time, if this is the same parent, of directing him of what to do in the very first video. This time it's just stop, no, don't, which obviously you can see hasn't helped at all. But he's still taking aggression out on other people's cars. I'm not sure what the fascination is with other people's cars, but we've seen a sock, a kick, and a slap of the car. I know this other person's not happy. Glad they're not around. But being direct. Come here. Show me nice hands. Get in the car. Put your other shoe on. Right? It looks like he's missing a shoe. But all of those things are direct. Also, some type of pattern interrupt would help. Either using something that he prefers or something that he likes that is his favorite to distract him. Because once he's in full tantrum mode, there's not a lot you can do by saying stop and don't. You have to literally distract the person or interrupt the pattern so they snap out of it and give them the next step to do almost immediately. So let's see where it goes from here.
Car.
You shut up then. And you shut your freaking mouth.
Oh my God.
Fuck, asshole.
So now he's cussing too. Cussing is not necessarily, a problem. But the problem is that he's learned this from somewhere. I'm not sure. But now it's part of the verbal aggression. And I didn't see a lot of that the first time. Maybe he didn't even have the verbal skills. But now we see the physical aggression against the property. So we see some property destruction as well as the verbal aggression, profanity. Didn't see a lot of directive language. And it almost seems like this has become cute and egging it on at this point in time. But let's see what else happens.
When are you going to learn to stop using those words?
Okay, that's the part right there. Asking rhetorical questions. When are you going to learn to stop? As if he's going to say, Mom, that's a great question. I'm going to learn to stop as soon as I go to school for 363 days and they teach me the correct skills so that I can stop when I get upset. And I understand what she's saying. And I have used the same types of phrases myself, so I'm not trying to put myself on a high horse. But using rhetorical questions is going to escalate the behavior just like it did right there. What did he do? He started cussing, pimp slapped the car, and stomped on the floor with his one shoe. So let's see what happens now.
What are you upset about? Because you can't agree to be a good boy to go to the store. Hey!
You shut your little freaking mouth.
We've seen it twice. Back-to-back rhetorical questions as opposed to being directive and telling him what he needs to do. What I do also see is that he starts to de-escalate. And as soon as we start asking too many questions and talking too much again, he reignites just like that. So we can see the same thing we've always been talking about. Too much talking, rhetorical questions is going to get you in trouble. And he's even cussing at her now, which I didn't see before. But let's see what else happens.
Is that how you're supposed to talk to your mom?
No.
I just saw you hit my truck.
Oh. That was interesting. I don't know who that was, but it was that person's car. And he said, I just saw you hit my door. What'd he say? Now, most people might say, oh, he just needs a man around. He just needs a man to tell him what to do. Let me tell you what's going to happen. That man is going to tell him, I saw you hit my door. You better stop or else. That may work once or twice, but he's already developed a pattern of this behavior. So if this happens 2 or 3 more times, he's going to revert back to the same behavior and he's going to do the exact same things. So it doesn't matter if it's a man, a woman, an old lady, a child, as long as they continue to have these rhetorical questions and not be directive with him. And he's still small enough where you might have to do some physical intervention, either some partial physical prompting by just putting your hand on the small of his back, turning him around, getting him to go into the car, or picking him up like she did on the first one and putting him in the car, okay? The first time, I remember the first tantrum, she did distract him with his blanket. I don't know if he's still into that or not. And you don't want to use too many tools because you don't have to rely on that. But in this case, you might have to, like I said, do a pattern interrupt. And it looks like that might be the end of this particular tantrum. But we did learn a few new lessons here. One is rhetorical questions. Stay away from those. They will only escalate the problem. Number 2, if they're already de-escalating, don't start talking and make them re-escalate. As opposed to asking them questions, tell him what he needs to be doing, which is get in the car, putting his shoes on, and let's go. So, once again, this is a tantrum reaction to Tantrum in the Parking Lot number 2. And Jaden is having a difficult time, and it looks like a male got involved, and Jaden said, who is this newcomer? I wonder if this is going to lead to a Tantrum in the Parking Lot number 3. We're not sure, but if you learned anything from this particular video, we do quite a few tantrum reactions. Come back for more. You'll learn quite a few lessons. We have a behavior boot camp for parents that you can check out. We'll link to it. And we have a ton of playlists that you can come and just binge to your heart's desire that will give you tips on how to avoid the tantrum, how to respond to tantrum, how to not do things like talk too much, raise your voice, stay calm, give directions as opposed to asking, a whole host of things. So check those out. Keep coming back for more. Hopefully Jaden has got it together. Hopefully he's gotten the support and help that he needs. And if not, hopefully they can come on over to the channel and check us out. So once again, if you found any of this helpful, make sure you check all that out. Hit that notification bell, hit that subscription bell, and hit that like button so other people just like yourself can find it. And as always, stay tuned.